Okay, somebody told me that we are live here in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. Glad to see you all here. People are signing in slowly. So I will say hello to everyone. Welcome back to some of you. But we're going to start this out a little bit. Eventually, we're going to talk about the power of autosuggestion, which you're going to find out is a very interesting topic, something that you need to know. And I'm going to try to explain it as best I can because it involves some metaphysics. Now, I used to be, before I went to medical school, I was a high school biology and physics teacher. And it's a lot easier to teach chemistry, something scientific, than it is to talk about metaphysical concepts. But I need to get some information to you because it's vital. First, I'm going to talk about what I have learned about the COVID-19 virus. I know you're all interested in that because it's totally changed your lives and messed up everything. However, like I've been saying, it gives us an opportunity to do something with our time that we never took time before to set aside and really improve ourselves. So we're improving ourselves. But let me talk about the things that I've put together so far about the COVID-19 situation. Now, I know this goes a little bit contrary to what you've read and heard, but I've studied a lot of this and I have intuition based on the way I think about things and put things together. But what we now know about this situation is that it absolutely started in China. And it's so interesting to know that the wet market, which they said that the virus started from, is about 300 yards away from a research laboratory facility run by the Chinese government that is suspected to be involved in germ warfare. Now, isn't that interesting to think that there's, no connection between that lab and the fact that this happened in the same place 300 yards away. Now, the other interesting thing is that there was, in the wet market, they had no bats. They determined that this came from bats, and they said that they were being sold in the market. But our intelligence agency has now determined that there were no bats in the wet market, but there were bats in the experimental laboratory that the Chinese government was running. Another little coincidence. And here's the killer of all coincidences. Shortly after it was discovered that there was a problem, the Chinese government, actually before, the Chinese government shut down their domestic flights from that area, that particular region, to the rest of their country. At the same time, opening up international flights so that any Chinese person that wanted to go to Europe, Italy, Spain, United States, wherever, was free to travel. But the travel within their own country was totally shut down. Now that's three major coincidences. It tells me that this is all contrived to shut us down and ruin our economy. So that is a conspiracy theory. I have no inside knowledge. It just seems to me that if you put two and two together, you're going to come up with that. So what does it all mean? To me, it means that we're in a war and we're losing. The problem that I have with the way the government is doing this is another theory that I have. For example, when you look at history, you look at the pandemics that have happened in the past, and we see that, for example, the plague came into communities and countries, and it was very, very terribly devastating to the population. But some of the population survived because they had innate immunity. And that's going to be a key point that I will keep driving home, because in our country, we lack innate immunity for a lot of different reasons. And we're spending a lot of money and we're shut the whole country down trying to figure out how to stop this virus. But think about it. This virus is 5 times more virulent, meaning it's 5 times more able to be transmitted than the normal flu. So you have this hugely powerful virus, and the solution is supposed to be that we're going to test everybody and make sure everybody's immune before they can go back to work. But there's no way they're going to test 360 million people and be able to open up areas based on that. So eventually, I think they're going to be opening up the economy and think people are going back to work. Whether you're immune or not immune, it's going to come down to what it always comes down to, and that is personal responsibility. Don't depend on your government, your state government, your local government. No one can take care of you and your family like you can. And you're going to have to determine over the next several months how you're going to do that. One of the ways is that you're going to start following the 4 pillars of radically healthy people that I'm trying to tell you about. So that's my take on the COVID virus, and that's where we are right now. But I really want to stress, taking personal responsibility is the only way you're going to get through this. And that means right now at home learning something. So that's where we start with our auto-suggestion. Now, auto-suggestion is, as you will find out, it's the most powerful force that you have in your life to make change and to progress and determine your destiny. So we're going to talk about that, and it's going to require a little bit of thinking, and I'm going to flip this over here so that we talk about auto-suggestion and how it relates. Now, I hope you can see that, because I can't see if you can see that, but I'm assuming you can. Auto brain function. We're going to talk about auto-suggestion. And to do that, we have to know functionally how the brain is put together. And I'm not talking about the neurophysiology and all the complicated chemical things that are going on in your brain. I'm talking about functionally what's going on. And this is going to seem like a review because you know some of this. Then I'm going to hit you with some real amazing facts about it. But we have our brain function can be divided into conscious, our conscious mind, and then there's the, of course, subconscious. Now, this is a very amazing thing once you analyze it. Now, our conscious mind is the mind that responds to the sound and smell and taste that's in our environment. In other words, we respond to our environment through cognitive and thinking processes that go on in our conscious mind. And so our conscious mind is an amazing tool because when you start to consider, you can think about anything you want to think about in your conscious mind. It means that you are in control of your conscious mind, and if you're not, it means that someone else is controlling your conscious mind, because you can be controlled by something we talked about last week, which would be turning yourself over to 12 to 18 hours of television, commercials, big farm, doctors telling you what to do. You can give up your control, or you can practice auto-suggestion. Auto-suggestion means you are in control of your conscious mind. Now then, that takes us to this amazing thing called the subconscious mind. You need to really start understanding the relationship between the subconscious mind and your conscious mind. Here's how it works. Your conscious mind basically is the captain of your ship. Now, the captain of your ship means that your conscious mind determines what the subconscious mind is going to respond to or even react and believe as true. The subconscious mind does not know what is true or not true. It only knows what the conscious mind tells it. So you have the captain of the ship is your conscious mind. Now, the captain of your ship, let's think about that for a second. When you think about a ship, we know that the captain is on the bridge. He knows where he wants to go. He has a direction. He has a mission, and he knows what the plan is. So my question to you is, are you the captain of your ship? Do you know what your destination is in your own thinking processes? Do you have a plan to make that happen? And are you going to act upon that plan in any way? Or are you going to let someone else, which would be television, your culture, and the crowd, and people in your family that want to eat terrible poisoned foods, are you going to let them decide what it is your ship is going to be doing? Now, here's the amazing part. There is a relationship between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is the all-powerful force that creates our destiny based on what the conscious mind believes. If you believe you are unworthy, your subconscious mind makes everything happen so that you can understand that you are truly unworthy. Because there's a direct communication here between your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is like in the ship, you have sailors down below the ship that have no knowledge of where the ship's going or what's happening or what's true. It only knows what the captain tells them is true. So if your conscious mind is telling your subconscious mind lousy things, it's like the captain of the ship has gone insane. And instead of going where he's supposed to go, he's going somewhere else. And he doesn't have a plan. And he doesn't have anything figured out. That's what happens when you give up your control of your conscious mind, because your subconscious mind is in touch with an amazing power. Now think about the subconscious mind for a minute. Subconscious mind right now is controlling your very life. Your subconscious mind is controlling your breathing. It's controlling how you handle anything that goes into your body. The food, it controls digestion, detoxification. You don't have to think about, oh, should I breathe right now? It's subconscious. It's being controlled automatically. It's called the autonomic nervous system. The autonomic nervous system is an amazing, amazing miracle that makes it easy for you to use your cognitive mind to respond to the environment and decide what your destiny is going to be. You decide, and then that decision is transmitted to the subconscious mind, and off you go in whatever direction the captain up here says we're going. Now, here's the amazing metaphysical fact that I have really studied for many years because I never could understand why the subconscious mind was so powerful. And here's why the subconscious mind is so powerful. And this can be proven in many ways, but just take the facts the way I present them right now, and then I'll try to prove it to you. Subconscious mind is in direct communication with I hope you can read that. The subconscious mind is in direct communication with infinite intelligence. Now think about that for a minute. Let's call that your soul. Let's call that the creator. Let's call that God. But there's scientific evidence now that there is a matrix of energy that permeates everything that is infinite intelligence. The infinite intelligence is very intelligent. It's infinitely intelligent, but it is motiveless. It has no motives. This has no motive. In other words, to intelligence or infinite intelligence, there is no delineation between right and wrong. And this is a very difficult concept to grasp, because you're saying, well, isn't God good? Yeah, God is so good that he gave the capacity to our species to have a conscious mind, which is the captain of your ship. That means that you are the captain of your ship, and you are in charge of what is going to happen through your subconscious mind, through getting power from infinite intelligence. You are going to decide right here what your motive is. That's called freedom. You have been given free will. You've been given the ability to think things through, to analyze and decide what is best for you, what is best for your family. My contention is that our conscious minds have been so filled with negative detractors from birth until death. We are filled with negative detractors, and we have no idea what our potential is, because we have been taught that we are limited in everything we do. But your thoughts are energy. Energy, 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 energy. Let's talk about energy. Your thoughts are energy. There's two kinds of substances in the universe. There's energy and there's matter. Two things make up the entire universe: energy and matter. We know through the studies of nuclear physicists and cosmologists, we know all this. We know that there is a direct relationship between energy and matter. It's interchangeable. For example, you have a piece of wood, you want heat, so you put it on fire, and that matter is converted into heat energy and light energy. These things are interchangeable. Energy becomes matter, and matter can become energy. Look here, thought. Thought is energy. So think about the relationship between your thoughts and the fact that since it's energy, your thoughts can be creative. You can create things using thought energy. And it's because the law of the universe is that energy and matter are interrelated. So it's a natural law. And if we follow natural law, we can convert our thought energy into matter. It means that you can be the captain of your ship. And I'm going to show you how you can take your thought patterns by training your subconscious mind. You know, the decks below the ship are filled up with the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind doesn't care what you want it to do. It will do what the captain says. And this is a law of nature. It's the way infinite intelligence has given us the power of creation. We can create our own destiny. And the question is your destiny being created by them or you? They will control your destiny if you allow it to happen. If you allow the negative detractors of you're too short, you're too tall, you're too this, you're too that, the fact that you've been told no all your life, don't think about it, just do it. It's the way it's done here. You have to dress this way. You have to look this way. That is all someone else controlling your ship. Through auto-suggestion, I'm going to teach you today how to become the captain of your ship so that you can direct your ship into any direction you feel is where you want to be. So the natural law is that thought energy becomes physical reality. So thinking makes it so. You've heard that before. You are what you think. Whatever you think about 24/7 is what you become. That's all so true, but we don't know how to put that to work. We don't know how we can actually take this knowledge and make something amazing out of it. So right now, this might be too much for you to believe, because I'm saying that you can create matter, you can create things in your life, you can create relationships, circumstances, income, cars, boats, houses, by the way you think, because there's a law of nature that says that thought is energy, and energy is interchangeable with matter. And our physical reality is in direct relationship to our thinking. I know you might have trouble with this, but relax. Just relax. We got plenty of time to understand this. I'm going to be covering this many times in many different directions as we go through the weeks here. So, to take advantage of this knowledge, you have to determine what your definite plan and purpose is. And I want you to right now, maybe next week, we'll ask you, what is your purpose? What have you decided your purpose is? And a lot of people will say, I don't know what my purpose is. I never thought about it. But you must have a purpose, or someone else is going to take your thought energy and make it their own. In other words, if you don't have your own purpose figured out, and you don't have a definite plan to achieve that purpose, someone else will control your thinking, and you will never reach your full potential, and you will never feel as good as we know you want to feel. You must have a definite plan and a definite purpose. You must make that your burning obsession. Burning obsession, something you think about all the time. And that's the secret to the captain of the ship working with the subconscious mind, because the subconscious mind does not care which way you want to go. It will go where you direct it. But you have to believe in your purpose, and you have to believe in your definite plan. You have to have a plan. The captain of the ship has a plan on how to get to where he wants to go. It's not going to be determined by anyone other than the captain, unless you give it up to the herd mentality. Don't do that. The herd is usually wrong. You need to follow your own purpose, your own definitive plan, and your own instincts. And you must have a burning desire to do so. Now, some of this relationship between the subconscious mind and infinite intelligence can become a big question in your mind, because you may not believe that that's true. What I'd like you to consider is a couple of examples. For example, hypnosis. Now, I've studied a lot about hypnosis, and I don't do hypnosis except myself. I've learned how to do hypnosis on myself so that I can communicate my subconscious mind with infinite intelligence. And the hypnosis, if you've ever seen a demonstration or you've read a book or a description, people under the proper hypnosis can believe just about anything you tell them. You can literally take a hot poker and put it on someone's arm and tell them that it's not hot, that it's cool, and they will not even burn. They're so convinced. In other words, your subconscious mind has an amazing, amazing power. And I think that through autosuggestion, you can get to that power. You can communicate with infinite wisdom through using autosuggestion. And we do it all the time. We just don't realize it. You go to church on Sunday or Saturday or whenever, and someone in there is going to give a prayer. A prayer is an autosuggestion that is communicating through the subconscious mind to infinite intelligence. That's how prayer works. Now, I know that I'm dispelling a lot of folklore and cultural teachings, but this is my concept of the creator that is outside of the norm. Now, your normal visualization of, say, the creator or God is an older man in the sky with a long white beard and robes waiting to judge you. But I have done so much study into the religions and to the philosophies of Lao Tzu and Muhammad, Jesus, and the others, avatars. Every religion preaches that the infinite wisdom is available to anyone at all times. And I believe that mechanism is found in autosuggestion, because we have been given the power to communicate between our conscious minds, our subconscious mind, which is in direct communication with infinite intelligence. The way we do that is a process that we talked about last week called your imagination and visualization. And here is one of the take-home things I'm going to give you right now, which we talked about last week. And I don't know if you understood how it works. I'm hoping that I've been able to explain now how it works. And don't worry if you don't get it right now, because we're going to be covering this over and over from different angles. But if you have the power of imagination, which remember we practiced last week, we practiced asking, do you have an imagination? And we used the example of, I asked you to close your eyes, and if you didn't do this then, let's do it now. Let's prove to you that you have a very active imagination. If you have imagination and you can visualize, then you have the power to control your entire destiny through this process. So let's do this little 5-minute exercise. Close your eyes. You're at the movie theater and you're anxious to see the movie that's about to start, but you look to your right and you see, now, are your eyes closed? Are you visualizing this? Come on, get with us here. Let's participate. You see next to you a pink cow at the movie theater. The pink cow is eating popcorn. Can you visualize being at the theater, very comfortable, sitting next to a very large pink cow eating popcorn? Can you visualize that? If you cannot, then you must go home and practice, because the powers of visualization are the most powerful thing you can have if you're determined to be the captain of your own ship. You must develop imagination and the powers of visualization. So, okay, did you see the cow? Did you see the cow eating popcorn? If you did, you have the power. It's there right now. You're going to use it tonight. Visualization. You're going to become the captain of your own ship. First, you're going to find out what it is you want. What is your purpose? You want to lose weight. You want to be in shape. You want to be better. You want a relationship. You want a new car. You want this coronavirus thing to be over. So visualize it. When you go to bed tonight, you lay your head down on the bed, and instead of worrying about what's happening today, who's dying, who's living, instead of worrying about the bills to be paid, you're going to visualize what it is you want. And you're going to fall sleeping, visualizing it and feeling the emotion that you would feel if it was accomplished. Let's say it's a pile of money. You want $50,000. You go to sleep visualizing that and having the feeling, creating the feeling in your mind of what it would be like if you had a stack of $100 bills equaling $50,000. Okay. Every night for 30 days, you do that. Pretty soon, if you follow these directions, if you pay the price, now the price for being the captain of your ship is that you have to do the plan. You have to make a plan and then follow the plan. You can't just expect it to appear out of nothing. It costs a price to control the access that you have to infinite intelligence. That price is persistence. 30 days visualization when you go to sleep and when you wake up in the morning. You're visualizing what it is you are trying to accomplish. And it must be a burning desire. It must include your purpose. And you must approach it with a belief by having the emotional feelings that you're going to feel once it is accomplished. So that is your assignment. And I would like to tell you a little bit about how that worked for me. There's nothing like a nice little story. So I got many stories, by the way, but this is just a little story about using my subconscious mind. Now, I had always had a problem with being overweight, high cholesterol, high triglycerides, diabetes 2, leading to a heart condition, and I had to find out what it was I was doing wrong. And of course, we know what I was doing wrong. I was eating the wrong things. I was doing the wrong things. I was under a tremendous amount of stress in my surgical practice, and it was taking a toll on my health. So I began to read about visualization and how to control your subconscious mind. So I decided I wasn't going to go on a diet. I wasn't going to do anything except follow this visualization process, which has actually helped me a lot through my entire life. So I visualized losing the weight, getting healthy, having physical superiority, and cosmic unity. I visualized that every night. Now, at the present time, my subconscious mind is so attuned to that's what it believes. Every morning at 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm wide awake and I go, where do I go? I go right to my workout machine. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to hate it. It's automatic because it's coming from my subconscious mind that now believes that I am healthy and I am wealthy and I am financially stable and I am happy because that's what I visualized. It worked for me, and I feel compelled to teach other people that because it's what we need in our country right now. We need the power of visualization, the ability to connect with infinite intelligence. And this is the way you do it. So that's the first thing I want you to do is your visualization exercise. Tonight and tomorrow morning and all week long. And then next Wednesday, we'll probably meet again. And we'll maybe ask somebody to explain what happened to that. But anyway, here's the other thing I want you to do. This is the challenge and the free gift. The free gift for you today is 12secretsbook.com. This is the book. Oop, let me get a copy. This is the book. I'm giving you this book. It's 12 Secrets of Radically Healthy People. All you have to do is go to 12secretsbook.com, and you're going to get this book that's going to help you understand a lot about what we're talking about. You need to do this. It's a free book, and it has a lot of, it's easy read, and it has a lot of good things in it. For example, your suffering supplies the perfect motivation you need to learn, grow, and evolve. So right now, you're suffering a little bit because you're stuck in the house, but your suffering should serve as your motivation. That kind of stuff is taught in the book. And then the other little thing I'd like to give you is, if you go to the site, which is 12secretsbook.com, there'll be a button that you push to get the free download of the book. There'll be another button that you push that tells you to go to the Optimum Weight Loss website. And I want to tell you that I'm giving you an opportunity to do this. All you got to do when you go to the weight loss part, if you're interested in losing weight, learning about nutritional excellence, physical superiority, financial stability, and cosmic unity, you can write in there, you can write where it says order. If you put 100 off in lowercase, 100 off, that entire course, which is like a 4 or 5 week course, is free to you because you're here today on this webinar. So first you go to 12secretsbook.com and get download of the free book. That's going to give you a lot of information. It's going to help you in a lot of different ways. Then you go follow the buttons that are through there. And when it comes to the weight loss part, if you're interested in losing weight or learning the other principles, it's a very in-depth course online, and you type in 100 off and you'll get that whole course for free. So there you have it. Let me see if there's any questions now. I'm going to look down here. Someone says, yeah, they're in the movie theater and they can actually smell the popcorn. I love that. That's wonderful. And let's see, I can do things through Christ who strengthens me. Amen, brother. Christ is my main man, by the way, my main man. There are lots of other semi-main men, but my main man is Christ. Okay, just so you know, I'm not judging you if you like somebody else. Daily self-affirmation is also important. Now, this basic thing is an affirmative action. Autosuggestion is affirmative. In other words, you're visualizing what it is you want, and you're affirming by the enthusiasm you have for the end result. You're affirming that you deserve it. Because why would you be so happy about obtaining your goal if you didn't deserve it? So daily affirmations, absolutely. During your morning session, especially when you do your visualization, you should do some affirmations. And that's another topic for some other day, but we're going to definitely be talking about that. So somebody is very hungry. Somebody else is very hungry for popcorn. Okay, somebody's going to take time to lose weight because they're going to go to the beach. One of these days, you're going to be allowed to go to the beach. So start now. Get the 12 books and get into the course. It's sitting there waiting for you. Don't forget to hit the 100 off. Okay. I'm just seeing any in-home exercise tips or ways to lose weight. Well, okay. Here, it's all right here. Here's my tip. Get the free book. Enroll in the free course right there. 100% off, or 100 off is your button to get that course for free. So it has plenty of things. Now, the thing about exercise is, you're in the house, you got to move. You got to figure out how to move, maybe running in place, doing calisthenics, whatever it is. I happen to have a great machine that I work out on, but I also have some free weights because you have to do resistance training as well as aerobic work. And the nutrition part is covered in this book and also the course. And basically follow the 4 pillars of radically healthy people. Nutritional excellence means that you cut way down on red meat. And red meat has got to go because there's so many problems with it that you really don't want to feed your perfectly wonderful, absolutely healthy body something that's going to poison you. And the omega 10s, fatty acids that are in red meat are way up here, and the omega 3s are way down here, and you want just the opposite. You want omega 3s and very little omega 10s. And the reason red meat is so poisonous is because of the genetically modified corn that they're fed has really high omega 10s, and they're given steroids, and the weight just comes on these cattle, and then you eat the poison, and it's poison for your body. And you are the latest version of God's greatest vision, so why would you want to poison your body? So we're going with nutritional excellence, physical superiority, exercise, move the body, move it, move it, move it. There's a lot of suggestions in this book. Financial stability means you've got to be creative and have a stable environment. Cosmic unity means you have to become in tune with some of the teachings that we're going to progressively get into, which are very deep metaphysical teachings that will allow you to understand why, even though you don't feel it now, you are actually one with everything. Everything and one. It's all comes together through the energy to matter conversions. There's matter and there's energy. There's nothing else. We're all matter slant energy. Every cell in our body started out at some form of tiny little energy packet. And now there's you, a bunch of them. So anyway, I think we're done. Doctor, could you get coronavirus through food? Sorry. Yeah, through food. I don't know. Actually, it's a respiratory spread type of thing, but people do have some GI symptoms sometimes with vomiting and diarrhea. So it must affect the digestive system in some way. And the other thing that makes me worry about that is I believe it's Nebraska, there's a huge meat factory that every one of the employees were positive for the coronavirus. Every one of them. They shut the whole thing down. And would that be from personal contact, or would that be working from meat? Now in China, they claim that someone got this virus by eating bat meat from the wet market. But I don't believe that. I believe it came from 300 yards across the way there in the laboratory that was designed to develop germ warfare. So whether it's by eating meat or not, I don't know, but I would assume that if you cook the meat, you're not going to get any kind of coronavirus from that meat. But I don't want you doing that either. Don't eat meat. Plant-based is the way to go. Okay, so I think we will be back here next Wednesday. I'll let you know through the email system. But please do try the 2 suggestions for this session. Auto-suggestion through visualization before you go to sleep, visualizing, and you can do this all day long also. When you're not doing anything and you're sitting and relaxing, visualize what it is your main purpose in life and what you want to do to accomplish that purpose. Develop a definitive plan and then visualize the end result with the emotional feeling you will have once you accomplish that. And you will notice that your life will start taking different paths to get you to that point. So until next time, which will be next Wednesday, I'm Dr. Tom Ashton. I'm so happy you're here. And see, everything is through self realization. It makes me feel good to be able to teach. So I'm selfish. You know, I'm here because I'm selfish. I can't do surgery, so I want to serve in some way. And I've also found out that your purpose in life doesn't mean much unless you're serving someone else. So take that. I will see you 1 week from today around 3 o'clock. Thank you.